Hi students, in this class I want to teach law of reciprocal proportion. So let us see the definition of this one, guys. The ratio of masses of two elements combined with fixed mass of third element is same. Is means ratio. Ratio is same or multiple of ratio of masses of the two elements when combined directly. So simply this definition, guys, we can understand by using one example. So now you see the first line, the ratio of masses of two elements. Now here let me consider the two elements sulfur and oxygen. Now the sulfur and oxygen, these are the two elements combined with the fixed mass of third element. So now here third element is carbon. So now here first we need to know the ratio of the sulfur and oxygen when they are combining with the fixed mass of the third element. So first let us take the mass values. When sulfur combining with carbon, we can get CH2. So here carbon mass is 12 grams. Next one, here carbon mass, only one carbon is there, so mass of the carbon is 12 grams. And mass of the sulfur here, mass of the sulfur is, so two sulfurs are there, each sulfur mass is 32. So here you can get 64 grams. 64 grams of the sulfur. And next one here, oxygen mass how much, guys? 32 grams. So 32 grams of the oxygen, 64 grams of the sulfur combining with same mass of the carbon, that is third element. So when these two elements with different masses combining with the same mass of the third element, we need to take first the ratio of the masses of the first two elements. So then what about the ratio? Let me take the ratio of sulfur mass and oxygen mass combining with the fixed mass of the carbon. So it will be sulfur mass is 64 is to oxygen mass is 32. So here in this one, in this 2 times will be cancelled. So you can get 2 is to 1. So now you see, guys, here sulfur and oxygen in 2 is to 1 ratio of their mass combining with the fixed mass of the carbon. So now, guys, according to the definition, this ratio should be same or multiple of the masses ratio of the sulfur and oxygen when they combine directly to give some compound. So now here sulfur and oxygen, they can combine directly together and gives SO2, and they can give SO2. So now in this SO2, guys, let us take the mass of the sulfur and oxygen. Mass of the sulfur 32 grams and mass of the oxygen, that is also 32 grams. Mass of the oxygen also 32 grams. So now you take the mass ratio of the masses of sulfur and oxygen. So let me take here. So now sulfur mass here how much, guys? 32. Oxygen mass 32. So now you can get 1 is to 1. These are the ratios of sulfur and oxygen. Mass ratios of sulfur and oxygen when they are combining together. This is the ratio of the masses of the sulfur and oxygen when they are combining with the fixed mass of the carbon. Now according to definition, these two ratios should be same or multiples to each other. Now let us check it out. This 2 is to 1. You can write like this, 2 by 1. Which is 1 is to 1. You can write like this, 1 by 1. So now, guys, this 2 by 1 will be equal to 1 by 1 when you multiply this one with 2. So here it means that these two are multiples to each other, because we are getting this 2 by 1 when this 1 by 1 is multiplied with 2. So now this law is exist here. This data illustrates the law of reciprocal proportion. Right. So now here, guys, here already carbon mass is fixed. Okay. We didn't do any change here to fix the mass of the carbon, because already the mass of the carbon carbon is fixed here 12 grams. If the mass of the third element is not fixed, we have to fix that. Let us see one example based on that. So next one guys, second example. So now here these are the two elements combining with the hydrogen. So now here hydrogen mass must be fixed. Let us check it out here, mass is fixed or not first of all. So nitrogen combines with hydrogen and forms NH3. In NH3 mass of the hydrogen how much guys? 3 hydrogens are there. So mass of the hydrogen is 3 grams. Mass of the hydrogen is 3 grams. Next one also, what is the mass of the nitrogen guys? Mass of the nitrogen is only one nitrogen is there. So 14 grams. So now 14 grams of nitrogen they are combining with 3 grams of the hydrogen. Next here guys, oxygen combining with hydrogen and giving H2O. So now in this H2O, what is the mass of the hydrogen? The mass of the hydrogen here 2 grams only, because only we have 2 hydrogens. Each hydrogen has 1 gram mass. Next one guys, what is the mass of the oxygen? Only one oxygen is there. Mass of the oxygen is 16 grams. Now you see guys here, nitrogen and oxygen both are not combining with the fixed mass of the hydrogen here, but according to definition the two elements should combine with the fixed mass of the third element. So here first we need to fix the mass of the hydrogen. So now let me consider let me fix the mass of the hydrogen as 1 gram. Here also you can take it as 1 gram of the hydrogen. So guys here, if 3 grams of the hydrogen combines with 14 grams, in order to give the NH3, then 1 gram of hydrogen should combine with how much of the nitrogen? We don't know, let me take it as X. Right guys, now here also same thing, 2 grams of the hydrogen combines with the 16 grams of the oxygen in order to give the water. Then 1 gram of hydrogen combines with how much amount of the oxygen? We don't know that, then that will be X. Now guys, cross multiplication. So through the cross multiplication guys, here X will be 14 by 3. Now here from the cross multiplication X value will be 16 by 2. Now you know how to do the cross, already know how to do the cross multiplication. So now you let it be like this only guys. And here you simplify this one. Then here you will get X equal to 8. Right guys? Now guys here 14 by 3 grams of nitrogen, 8 grams of oxygen combining with a fixed mass of the hydrogen. Let me write the point here guys. Nitrogen with 14 by 3 grams of mass and oxygen with 8 grams of mass. 8 grams of mass or masses, both are masses combined with fixed mass of fixed mass of hydrogen. What is the fixed mass of hydrogen? 1 gram. So now you can check out the ratio of the masses of nitrogen and oxygen. So now you take nitrogen mass ratio oxygen mass. Nitrogen mass how much guys here? How much amount of nitrogen is combining with the fixed mass of the hydrogen? 14 by 3. And how much amount of oxygen is combining with the fixed mass of the hydrogen? That is 8. So now guys here second table 7 times and here 4 times. So then here now you can get 7 by 3 is to 4. Then it will be 7 is to 12. So this 3, if you bring on this side, then it will be 4 into 3. 4 into 3 is 12. 7 is to 12. So now guys, here always nitrogen and oxygen combines with hydrogen in 7 is to 12 ratio. In 7 is to 12 ratio, nitrogen oxygen combines with the fixed mass of the hydrogen. Okay guys, then guys here when these two combines with when these two nitrogen and oxygen combine directly, you will get a compound. In the compound, the masses ratio should be 7:12 or multiple of 7:12. Let us check it out, guys. When these two combine together directly, you can get N2O3. So now, guys, in this N2O3, you check it out, the ratio of nitrogens, mass ratio of the nitrogen and oxygen. So first you take the mass of the nitrogen, guys. Here mass of the nitrogen how much? 28 grams. Next one here, mass of the oxygen how much, guys? 3 oxygens are there. Each oxygen mass is 16. 16 into 3 will be 48 grams. 48 grams of oxygen is there. Now we take the ratio of the masses. The ratio of mass of nitrogen is to mass of oxygen. Nitrogen mass how much, guys? 28 is to mass of the oxygen how much, guys? 48. So now, guys, here fourth table. In this 7 times cancel. 7 into 4, 28. So fourth table 7 times. Now in this, guys, fourth table how many times will be cancelled? 12 times. 12 into 4 will be 48. So then here you can get 7:12. We have got same ratio. Right, guys, here nitrogen and hydrogen, when they in 7:12 ratio, they combine with the fixed mass of hydrogen. And when they are combining directly together, they are combining in the same ratio. So here the law is verified, right? So right, guys, let us see the problem based on law of reciprocal proportion. So now you see the question, guys. Carbon dioxide contains 27.27% of carbon, and carbon disulfide contains 15.79% of carbon, and SO2 contains, sulfur dioxide contains 50% of sulfur. And here the question is, are these figures in agreement with the law of reciprocal proportions? Okay, guys. So now let us check it out, the mass ratios of the any two element when they combine with the fixed mass of third element. And let's check out the mass ratio is same or not when the two elements combining together. Okay, guys. So now let me take here first CO2. So now, guys, in CO2, guys, what is the mass of the carbon? Mass of the carbon is here 27.27%. So it means what, guys? 100 grams of the carbon dioxide contains 27.27 grams of the carbon. Okay. Now, guys, what about the mass of the oxygen in the carbon dioxide? How can you get that? By removing this value from the 100, you can get the amount of oxygen present in the carbon dioxide. So now, if you remove this value from the 100, then you can get a value that is 72.73 grams of oxygen. Right, guys? So next one, let us see carbon disulfide. In CS2, guys, the amount of carbon is given. What is that? 15.79% is given. It means that in 100 grams of the carbon disulfide, you have 15.79 grams of the carbon. Next one, what about the mass of the sulfur, guys? Sulfur mass, how can you get? By removing this value from the 100. If you remove that value from the 100, then you can get here a value 84.21 grams. Guys, here the mass of the sulfur you can get by removing this value from the 100. If you remove this value from the 100, you can get this one. This is the mass of the sulfur. And the next one, third is also given, that is SO2. So now in SO2, guys, he given which one is given? Mass of the sulfur is given. Percentage is given. Here percentage is given. 50% of the sulfur is there. It means in 100 grams of the SO2, we have 50 grams of the sulfur. Then what about the mass of the oxygen in the 100 grams of SO2 guys, you can get the mass of oxygen by removing this value from the 100. 100 minus 50 means you can get 50 grams. This is mass of the oxygen. Okay guys, now in each compound we have mass values of the respective elements. So now guys, first let me take the two elements here, oxygen and the next one sulfur. Let me take oxygen and sulfur elements. Okay, so now this oxygen and sulfur, these two combining with a third element. What is the third element here? Carbon. Okay, oxygen combines with carbon and gives us CO2. Now in CO2, mass of the carbon how much guys? 27.27. Now next one, sulfur combines with the carbon and gives us CS2. So now in CS2 guys, what is the mass of the carbon? Mass of the carbon is 15.79. Let me write guys neatly here. In CO2, mass of the carbon is 27.27 grams. This is mass of the carbon. And here mass of the oxygen also write at a time. 72.73 grams of the oxygen is present in the CO2. Next one guys, in CS2. In CS2, what is the mass of the oxygen? Mass of the oxygen is 15.79 grams. And what is the mass of the sulfur in the CS2? That is 84.21 grams. This is the mass of the sulfur. Now you see guys, oxygen and sulfur, these two are not combining with the fixed mass of the carbon. The carbon mass in the CO2 is different according to the given question as I am saying. Here the mass of the carbon in carbon dioxide, this one, and here that is 15.79 grams. Both are not same. So then when the masses of the third elements are not same, then what should we do? We should fix the mass. Let me fix the mass of the third element, that is carbon, as 1 grams. So if mass of the carbon is 1 grams, then mass of the oxygen will be X. And here mass of the carbon is 1 gram and mass of the sulfur will be X. Now guys, for the cross multiplication here, you can get X equal to the cross multiplication. So this one into 72.73 by, you will get this one 27.27. Now if you simplify this one guys, you can get a value that is 2.67. Right? And here also let us see, through the cross multiplication you can get X value. So now here this one into this, so 84.21 by 15.79. If you simplify that one guys, you can get a value that is 5.33. 5.33 you can get. Now you see guys here. Now you see, this is the mass of the oxygen. So oxygen with 2.67 grams of mass. Next, sulfur with how much mass? 5.33 grams. Combining with fixed mass of carbon. What is the fixed mass of carbon? We have fixed that one as 1 gram. Now these two are combining with the fixed mass of the carbon, and you take the mass ratio. You take the mass ratio of the oxygen and next one sulfur. Oxygen and sulfur mass ratio. Oxygen and sulfur mass ratio. Oxygen mass how much? 2.67 is to sulfur mass how much guys? 5.33. 5.33. Okay. So now guys here, if you simplify this one guys, this 2.67 in this one 2 times will be cancelled. So guys, if you get a value like this 2.0001 something like this, then you can take the round figure value. Generally, if you this one in this 2.00 something times will be cancelled guys, then you better to take the round figure. So you can take 2. So now oxygen and sulfur, they are combining in 1:2 ratio with the fixed mass of carbon. The fixed mass of carbon. Now the thing is here, when these two combining together directly, what about the mass ratios we have to find out. So now these two are combining together and giving which substance guys? SO2. They are giving SO2. So now in the SO2, yeah, here already there guys. You see this one. Here already there. In SO2, mass of the sulfur 50 grams, mass of the oxygen 50 grams. You take the ratios guys, simply sulfur or oxygen sulfur ratio. Oxygen sulfur ratio. So it will be 50:50, which is equals to 1:1. Now these two guys, these two 1:2 and 1:1. Let us check it out. These two are multiples or not. These two are not same. Let us check it out multiples or not. You can take 1:2 as 1/2 and 1:1 as 1/1. When these two will be equal guys, when you multiply this one with 2, you can get this 1/1 is equal to 1/2 and this multiplied with 2. It means both are multiples. Right guys, here the law is verified. Oxygen sulfur, they are in 1:2 ratio combining with the fixed mass of carbon. Now when these two are combining directly, then their mass ratio is 1:1. Here the mass ratio and the mass ratio both are multiples of each other. So right guys, this is the last law of chemical combinations. This is the fifth one guys. The fifth law of chemical combinations is law of combined volume. So which was given by Gay-Lussac. The law of combining volumes was given by Gay-Lussac. Now let us see the statement of this law. It states that when gaseous reactants, you see guys, gaseous reactants. So in the beginning of class or in the beginning of this chemical laws of combinations guys, I told you that the first 4 laws are applicable or they deal with masses of the reactants and products. Now guys, this fifth law deals with the volumes of the reactants and products. Okay. So now guys, here when the gaseous reactants react together, when the gaseous reactants react together to produce gaseous products at same temperature and pressure, the volumes of gaseous reactants and products in simple whole ratio are in simple whole ratio. This was very easy to understand guys, very simple. When gaseous reactants are combining together in order to give gaseous products at a fixed temperature and fixed pressure, then the volume of the reactants and products are present in the simple whole ratio. Let us take one gaseous reaction guys. Hydrogen gas, when it is treated with the chlorine gas, right? So now here we can get HCl. You can get 2 molecules of HCl. So now guys, here if there is no any stoichiometric coefficient here, it means that 1 will be present here. So now let me consider this one as 1 volume of hydrogen gas combining with, here also there is no any stoichiometric coefficient. It means 1 will be present. 1 volume of chlorine gas combining together and giving HCl. Here we have stoichiometric coefficient 2. It means that 2 volumes of the hydrogen chloride or hydrochloric acid is produced. Here guys, volume means it may be 1 volume means 1 liter or maybe 1 milliliter, whatever. The volume means 1 volume means 1 liter. Here 1 volume means maybe 1 liter. Here 2 volumes means 2 liters. If 1 liter of hydrogen combines with 1 liter of the chlorine gas, you can get 2 liters of the HCl. Right, guys? So now let us take the volumes ratio. So now here volume ratio of hydrogen is 1. Volume of the hydrogen 1 volume, and volume of the chlorine is 1, and volume of the hydrochloric acid is 2. Now you see here the volumes of the hydrogen, chlorine and hydrochloric acid are in simple mole ratio. You can take one more example, guys. Nitrogen, hydrogen, these two combines together. 3 molecules of hydrogen combines into 1 molecule of nitrogen and gives 2 molecules of ammonia. Now guys, here how much amount of the nitrogen? 1 volume of the nitrogen is reacting with the 3 volumes of the hydrogen and giving 2 volumes of the NH3. It means you can take liter instead of the volume. 1 liter of hydrogen combines with 3 liters of hydrogen and gives 2 liters of the NH3. Now you see, guys, you take the ratio of the volumes of the reactants and products. So 1:3:2. So now this is also a simple mole ratio. Right, guys? Here this law states that when gaseous reactants are, these are the gaseous reactants reacting together, you can get gaseous products. The reaction takes place at the same temperature and same pressure. Then the volumes of the reactants and products present in the simple mole ratio. These are two examples for that. So this is about laws of chemical combination.